What's up, guys? My name's Matt. I'm here for K-Rock. I'm here to interview Davey and Jay for Blaqk Audio. So let's get downstairs.
Where are you based at?
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for letting me do this interview with you.
Sure, no problem.
Do you think that the success with a.f.i and the exposure you guys reach with that is helping Blaqk Audio and the electronica scene become more mainstream?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily helping anything become more mainstream, but it definitely has brought some people who otherwise were unfamiliar with electronica or perhaps disinterested in electronica because they were not familiar with it into that world to some extent, at least at the very least through listening to Blaqk Audio. We certainly have had a lot of crossover of a.f.i fans, and if that results in people looking further into the electronica scene, that's fantastic. I mean, being that the record just came out and that we're doing our first tour, we can't say for certain, but we have encountered a small handful of people who said.
So do you think that a lot of electronica bands are grateful for you guys coming out and doing this? Do you think that it helps them in a little sense?
It could. If it does, I mean, certainly a lot of our friends who are from the industrial scene, the greater industrial scene, have expressed that they're really happy for us, and they feel that that it could in fact bring more attention to that scene, which if it did, it would be great, because there's a lot of great music going on in the dark electronic scene, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Is this Blaqk Audio project strictly like a duo, you two, or are you guys gonna bring any other talents to do it later?
No, I mean I could see us when we do another record bring someone in to sing maybe. It's like a wish list of people we'd love to have do a guest appearance, but as far as live, definitely just us two.
Okay.
And we like to keep it. We don't want to come out with like a real band all of a sudden and be have real drums and stuff. 'Cause it's not what it's about.
Yeah. Okay. This question's for you.
Okay.
I've heard you've enjoyed writing and actually want to be a novelist growing up. How has that influenced your music, and do you think that you'll ever write anything else or publish or anything, or try to do anything like that?
I don't know how it really influenced my music. I mean, writing is sort of a creative, artistic expression, so maybe wanting to do that since I was a little kid ended up driving me into music a little bit. And someday I hope to, write a novel, even if it never gets published, just to say I wrote one, because, like I said, way before I ever wanted to be a musician, I wanted to be a novelist. So.
Right. How many months are you guys on the road, and how does that affect your relationship with your family or friends, or anything like that? Is anything weird going on, or?
I mean, we've been touring most of our lives. I've been touring since I was a teenager. So it has become who we are and how we live our lives.
So you adapted.
Yeah, it's not even really an adaptation. It's just kind of an integral part of who we are and how we exist. So we live different lives than most people who don't spend their lives traveling. Yeah, so it has had a huge impact on our relationships with our friends and family, but it's such a constant thing that it's just a different style of life. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that happened all of a sudden. And
so you guys have been doing a.f.i for 16 years, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And then you guys started. So nothing's new to you guys. You guys
right.
You guys know the ropes.
Right. As far as tour goes, I mean, the vibe of what we're doing with this tour and with Blaqk Audio, and the stage vibe and the show vibe and the touring vibe is quite a bit different than an a.f.i tour, but technically it's the same thing for most of the time. Yeah.
Okay. Which venue was the most memorable to you? Which concert or whatever, and where would you guys ever want to play that you haven't played yet?
That's hard because we played so many places all over the world, and it's hard to say one is better than the other. I know.
Is there one favorite place you guys have? You're always oh, I can't wait to be there.
There's some cool venues. I mean, the Gorge in Seattle is really nice. It's this beautiful, literally kind of overlooking this sort of Grand Canyon area. We've only been there on a work tour, but it's really beautiful. I always wanted to play Red Rocks in Denver. It's kind of
Red Rocks.
Kind of a famous.
You played it?
That's what I was going to actually bring up when Jade brought up the Gorge. Red Rocks is one of the favorite places.
It'd be nice to play Radio City Music Hall, or there, or Madison Square Garden. Some of these famous kind of places.
I'd really like to play the Rose Bowl just because seeing the historic Depeche Mode show there for years, and knowing about that.
I went to a
one-on-one.
flea market there.
Really?
Yeah.
Was
So
it like
almost
seeing-
like playing?
Yeah.
It was basically like playing a show.
Yeah.
What is one thing you guys can't live without on the road?
On the road, this, yeah,
Your cell phone?
yeah,
Sidekick?
sidekick.
It's the only way to really stay
You guys both have
connected.
sidekicks?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta stay connected if you're on the road so much. So
Yeah.
iPod too.
It's a little promo for Sidekick.
Yeah, give
Sidekicks.
us a free sidekick.
Yeah, sidekick.
Broke mine yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not Paris sidekick. Sorry, I'm not Lindsay. Where's my sidekick?
Thanks a lot, guys, for letting me do this interview, and I
Yeah.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.